We may all speak English, but every voice tells a different stories. Language doesn't divide us, it connects us. We use different cultures we come from and share the space we build together. This project is inspired by work students working classes. For examples, two examples in the TED Talk that we see before show us that language frames our perspective and perceptions, and also demonstrate that English exists in many forms, each one equally valid and equally powerful. And for passage that we will read before, talk about the code switches. It is a natural part of navigating the translation. These ideas made me wonder, how do multilingual students act? Alright, let's get into the interview that I made with different people.
Can you tell me your name?
My name is Naman Shastri.
Where you come from?
I'm from Mumbai, India originally.
So, was something like English can express that your home language cannot, or like vice versa?
I mean, I guess like certain phrases and statements, like one word I imagine is like nirvana, which is a word in Hindi, or Sanskrit technically, which basically talks about a state of enlightenment and like complete peace. Which I don't think there's like a word exactly for that in English. So,
But Nirvana is a brand, like band, right?
yeah, but the band got the name from the Hindi word. The Sanskrit.
Oh, that's interesting, bro. So we're doing an interview now. Tell me your name.
Online,
Where you from?
Bangkok, Thailand.
So, what is the something that English can express that your home language cannot, or vice versa?
I mean, there's like this word in Thai. It's called gengjai. It's kind of like respect, but it's not. Like it's really hard to express it in English. It can only be expressed in Thai.
Like, what kind of situation you will use the words, or like, what is it similar to?
Like for example, like when you're like hanging out with a respected adult, you would have gengjai for them because like you respect them, but at the same time, it's not respect.
Can you make a sentence with the words?
Uh,
Just use Thai directly.
um, ผมเกรงใจ yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for. What's your name?
Christina,
Where are you from?
New Jersey.
All right. What was an examples of the moments when you caught yourself code switching?
So whenever I'm talking about like a Spanish restaurant or something, and then the word is in Spanish, I always like have to think about how to pronounce it in English.
Can you give specific examples?
So, like the other day, we were talking in class about Nicaragua, and like I was trying to pronounce it with an English accent because when I'm talking in English and I say something with a Spanish accent, I just feel like embarrassed.
Oh, okay. All right. So here is the interview. Tell me your name.
My name is Aliyah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Kazakhstan.
And here's the questions. What is something English can express that your home language cannot, or vice versa?
One of the things that really gets to me is that there's no word in English for the day after tomorrow, but there is word for that in both languages that I speak, Russian and Kazakh. And sometimes when I try to schedule things, or when I even try to plan things in my calendar, I kind of face this situation that I don't have the word for the day after tomorrow. And it's
So can you like give the words like how to pronounce it in your own language?
послезавтра. That quite literally means day after tomorrow, but it's one word. So,
Oh, okay. And like, what is an examples of the moment when you caught yourself like code switching? So basically means like you directly translate from your own language to English.
when it happens in class very often, when we need to express our opinions and we need to use like structures to express our opinions, sometimes I say structures that don't even exist in English because they exist in like Russian and Kazakh, and I translate them directly. Or I sometimes I say I think, believe that, because there's a word for that, and it's very confusing sometimes.
And how does your first language influence how you speak English?
I think in my first language, and usually it's reverse because of the way you do the reasoning. It still makes sense when you translate it directly because people understand you regardless, but it's not. But it's not how you usually would say it to an English-speaking person. Or when I write papers, for example, I need to take a second to think how to phrase it so that it makes sense. Yeah.
What about like for example, like the sentence structure? Do you guys put like verb in the front, or like sometimes you put object in the front More than like subject or something?
Yeah, in Kazakh language, verb always goes at the end. Verb never is
Oh.
anywhere in the beginning. It's always at the end, and subject usually at the beginning. That's why when verbs happen to be anywhere in the sentence, I get very confused in English. And also punctuation. I didn't know. Well, I didn't know until I came to America that people don't put commas after. They say greetings and then comma and then someone's name. Usually, you do that in Kazakh.
As you can see, none of these were actually on plan. And yeah, a clear pattern emerged. People don't switch language only to communicate. They switch languages to feel like themselves in different moments and different spaces. Far from being a form of hidden, code switching reveals creativity, adaptability, and deep culture. Code switching shows up in every conversation. Sometimes it helps people fit in, sometimes it helps them express emotions that English couldn't capture, and sometimes it simply makes them feel more like who they truly are. Far from being a form of hidden, code switches reveal creativity, adaptability,